Dr. Vladislav Curry's DDS circled the parking lot of Twilight Smiles Family Dentistry in search of a space that would shelter his hearse from the midday sun. The battered vehicle, embossed with the practice's slogan, "We put the bite back in bright," settled into the sliver of shade cast by a reluctant maple. Vlad popped a black umbrella, sprinted to the office door, and slid inside, just as a sunbeam licked at his polished wingtips. "Good morning, doctor," chirped Sasha, his hygienist, who wore a headset shaped like miniature fangs. She waved a clipboard. "We've got a full slate. A root canal at 9, a whitening at 10, and Mrs. Henderson for her semi-annual neck, sorry, I mean check, up at 11. Remember, HR said not to call it a neck inspection on the forms." Vlad fixed his cape beneath his lab coat. "Bah! Some people are so sensitive." He adjusted the collar that hid his own incisors, then smiled with a practiced, tooth-lipped grin. "Still, one must adapt. How is the new fluoride rinse?" Sasha lowered her voice. "You mean the one fortified with, you know what?" "Exactly," Vlad whispered back. 8% AB positive, just enough to leave patients saying, coppery, but not enough to set off the Red Cross alarms." "Perfect." She handed him the morning's patient files. "Your first victim, visitor, is in room 2. Room 2 smelled like spearmint, latex, and a faint hint of petrichor from last night's storm. Seated on the reclining chair was 16-year-old Jimmy Bartleby, chewing a wad of gum so large his cheeks looked hamster swollen. He removed one earbud just long enough to ask, "Yo, Dr. C, can we make this quick? I've got to get back to school before lunch." "Young Mr. Bartleby," Vlad crooned, "oral health is no trifling matter. A hasty job is a shoddy job. Stick out your tongue and say ah, and kindly eject the gum." Jimmy complied, dropping the gum into Vlad's gloved hand. Vlad struggled against the instinctive urge to swallow the glob whole. Something about that gum's pink, fleshy color looked dangerously appetizing. He resisted, turning to the tray for an alcohol wipe. Mouth mirror in place, Vlad peered in. Jimmy's incisors were pockmarked, with what looked like a skyline of miniature potholes. "Tsk, tsk," Vlad clucked. "You've been bathing your teeth in soda again." Jimmy shrugged. "Energy drinks mostly. Coach says I need the electrolytes." "Coach says," Vlad echoed with mock gravity. "Well, let us begin. We'll numb the area, do a quick filling, and slather you with my proprietary cavity protection sealant." He lowered his voice to a conspiratorial whisper. "Guaranteed to last 2 lifetimes, or your money back." Jimmy raised an eyebrow. 2 lifetimes? "Figure of speech," Vlad said briskly. He prepped the anesthetic, then slipped the needle in so deftly that Jimmy didn't flinch. Vlad prided himself on painless injections. Centuries of puncturing jugulars had made him an artist with a needle. 10 minutes later, 3 cavities were filled. Vlad sealed them with a glistening resin that shimmered unnaturally in the overhead light. Jimmy tapped a tooth with his fingernail. "Feels cold." "Cold is good," Vlad assured him. "Cold means the resin is fused with the enamel. Think of it as Kevlar for your chompers." Jimmy stood, slung his backpack over one shoulder, and gave a half-numb smile. "Cool, thanks. See you in, what, another 6 months?" "Indeed." Vlad paused. "Oh, and Jimmy." "Yeah. Watch the neck posture during football. Helmets can strain your ligaments." Vlad's eyes lingered a moment too long on the throbbing artery beneath Jimmy's skin. He coughed. "Just a professional tip." Jimmy left, blissfully unaware of how narrowly he'd avoided becoming brunch. Back at the front desk, Sasha entered the treatment notes. "Good job, doctor. I assume you kept your fangs in the holster." "Barely," Vlad said. He produced Jimmy's chewed gum. now wrapped in a tissue. Dispose of this before I do something regrettable. Sasha laughed. You know the policy. No eating the patients. Vlad raised an index finger. Snack-size exceptions were written into my contract. Yes, but only after midnight, and only if the patient refuses to floss. HR is very clear. Before Vlad could reply, the door chimed. In waddled Mrs. Clara Henderson, a septuagenarian known for her garrulous gossip and her church's undefeated bake sale record. She wore a pastel sweater festooned with tiny crosses, and she carried a Tupperware container that emitted a heavenly aroma of cinnamon. Dr. Carey's, she trilled. I baked snickerdoodles for you and that lovely hygienist of yours. Vlad inhaled the sweet scent. Sugar, butter, nutmeg, no iron, no hemoglobin. Alas, how thoughtful. Sasha, please add these to the, what do you call it? Employee wellness station. Sasha took the cookies but mouthed, You owe me. Vlad ushered Mrs. Henderson into room 1. She chatted the entire way, detailing the saga of her neighbor's cat and the committee that chose hymns for Sunday. Open wide, he said finally. Ooh, wait, she interrupted. I've been meaning to ask. My neck's been stiff. Right here. She turned her head, exposing a delicate stretch of parchment-thin skin, pale veins visible like rivers under snow. Could you have a peek? Vlad felt his pupils dilate. Of course. Let me sanitize my hands first. As he turned, he muttered an ancient oath under his breath, a mantra to keep hunger at bay. He slid on a fresh pair of gloves, dabbed a cotton swab with lavender oil, his personal aromatherapy suppressant, and returned. He gently palpated the area. Just muscular tension, he concluded, though in truth, he hadn't felt anything. The roaring in his ears had drowned out all tactile feedback. He snapped his gloves off and dove into the dental exam. Mrs. Henderson's teeth were, surprisingly, immaculate. Polished pearls and pink gums. Only minor plaque, which he dispatched swiftly. At the end, Vlad flourished a small bottle of mouth rinse. This, he announced, is my new ultra-fluoride elixir. Swish nightly. It'll keep cavities and other unpleasant fates far away. She read the label aloud. Forbidden fruit, punch, flavor. That sounds racy. Your secret indulgence? Vlad winked. She giggled like a teenager, tucked the bottle into her purse, and waddled out, humming a hymn. Sasha sidled up once the door closed. I saw you tense up. You okay? Fine, Vlad replied, though his incisors still throbbed. He reached for a metallic thermos labeled clam chowder in block letters. He unscrewed it, tilted back a sip of dark crimson, and sighed. Just topping off the iron levels? Sasha gave him a look. Lunch is in 10 minutes. Try to leave some for your veggie wrap. The next patient, however, arrived early. Quentin Quigley, a local blogger notorious for Yelp reviews longer than Russian novels. He entered brandishing a DSLR camera. Doc, mind if I film? My followers love behind-the-scenes footage. Vlad's smile faltered. I'm not certain that's wise. Hi, Pa. You understand. Quentin waved a release form. Already signed. Sasha shot Vlad a your call glance. Vlad assessed the risk. Cameras were not his favorite. Centuries of dodging mirrors and silver-backed glass had left him wary of reflective surfaces. But modern CCD sensors seemed immune to the old curse. The camera captured his image just fine, though he disliked seeing how pale he looked under LED lights. Very well, Vlad acquiesced. Just blur any proprietary equipment. Quentin set up a tripod. Great. Today I'm reviewing Twilight Smile's new cavity defense protocol. Word is, you offer a side of neck inspection. Care to elaborate? Vlad coughed. A routine lymph node check, of course. Standard medical practice. Quentin's eyes glinted. Ah, I see. Now, my audience loves stats. How effective is your protocol? Vlad switched into sales mode. 97% reduction in carries formation over 2 years. Confirmed by double-blind batch studies. Plus, my glaze contains nano-porcelain particles that reflect lunar wavelengths, ensuring your smile sparkles even at night. Quentin nodded, impressed, then reclined in the chair. Let's do this. Vlad performed the cleaning. Occasional camera clicks chronicling his every move. At one point, Quentin asked, "Do you file your own canines? Or does a colleague do it? They're symmetrical." Vlad froze. He looked into the lens and saw his reflexive glare. "Orthodontist convention," he lied smoothly. "We trade tips." The procedure concluded with Vlad painting the protective sealant onto Quentin's molars. Quentin tasted it and quirked an eyebrow. "Hints of a tomato." "Organic lycopene extract?" Vlad said. "Great for gums." Quentin thanked him, packed up, and swaggered out. Sasha exhaled. "That footage could go viral." "Indeed," Vlad muttered. "Let us hope not literally." He glanced at the clock. 3 hours till sunset. The lull between appointments afforded Vlad a moment to review finances in his office. A dim room lined with antique dental drills that resembled medieval torture devices. His accountant, a Nosferatu named Gareth, who operated nocturnally out of Transylvania, had emailed an ultimatum. Overhead was high, blood bank prices were rising, and malpractice insurance premiums spiked after last quarter's alleged hickey incident. Vlad needed a competitive edge. He was pondering a loyalty program. Buy 10 cleanings, get 1 hemoglobin booster free, when Sasha burst in. "Emergency walk-in," she said. "Broken crown, lots of bleeding." "Bleeding?" Vlad's nostrils flared. Sasha eyed him. "Stay professional." They wheeled in the patient. Mr. Terence Walcott, a grizzled fisherman who apparently used rope instead of floss. He cupped a handkerchief to his mouth. Crimson seeped through fabric. Vlad swallowed. "Sir, please, recline." The crown had fractured, slicing the gum. Not life-threatening, but messy. Vlad set to work, suctioning blood, prepping a temporary crown. His gloves slicked crimson. The scent was intoxicating. He felt centuries of predatory instinct surge. Sasha noticed his pupils dilate. Quietly, she activated the code white protocol. Soft cello music, cold aromatherapy misters, and the scent of rosemary, which for reasons unknown even to Vlad, dulled his appetite. He completed the procedure flawlessly, but immediately excused himself to the break room. There he locked the door and leaned against the fridge, fangs fully extended. "Pull yourself together," he hissed. Inside the fridge sat a nondescript lunch bag labeled Sasha. Vlad considered it. The woman's generosity had limits, but surely she wouldn't mind if... No! He slapped his own cheek, then chugged from his thermos until the bloodlust abated. When he returned, Walcott was at the counter settling his bill. The fisherman winked. "Your sealant tastes like bouillabaisse." "Trade secret," Vlad replied hoarsely. After Walcott left, Sasha approached. "Doctor, perhaps you should take the rest of the afternoon off. Go to your meditation coffin." "Can't," Vlad said. "We have the twins at 3, and the PTA president at 4. If I cancel on her again, we'll get blacklisted from the school fundraiser." Sasha thought a moment, then brightened. "We could try the new distraction therapy. VR headsets with calming ocean scenes. Might work on you as well." He sighed. "Fine. Fetch them." At 3 o'clock sharp, 9-year-old twins Max and Maddie Reynolds bounded in, sugar-crazed from birthday party cupcakes. Vlad fitted them with VR goggles showing aquatic vistas. While they marveled at virtual dolphins, he cleaned tiny teeth in record time, humming a lullaby his mother once sang back in the Carpathian Mountains. The PTA president, Mrs. Alvarez, arrived early and witnessed the spectacle. "How innovative!" she exclaimed. "Can the VR goggles be programmed to show cafeteria menus? We're fighting pizza addiction." "Absolutely," Vlad said, seizing the opportunity. "In fact, Twilight Smiles would love to sponsor Dental Hygiene Week at the elementary school. We can provide fluoride rinses and posture checks for every child." Mrs. Alvarez clasped her hands. "Marvelous. I'll put you on the agenda for Thursday's meeting." After she left, Sasha high-fived him. "See, community engagement, plus all-you-can-drink kids' juice boxes." Vlad grimaced. "Ugh, too much high-fructose corn syrup in those. Bad for enamel, bad for flavor." Twilight descended. The day's final patient was a no-show, granting Vlad and Sasha a rare moment of calm. They shut off the waiting room TV, which had been playing an infomercial for home tooth whitening kits, much to Vlad's disgust, and tidied up. As Vlad latched the supply cabinet, Sasha cleared her throat. "Doctor, may I ask something personal?" He raised an eyebrow. "Of course. You've been a dentist for, what, 200 years? 212, give or take a Napoleonic War. Why dentistry? I mean, vampires are known for a lot of things. Capes, bats, romantic brooding, but not prophylaxis." Vlad leaned against the counter. "Ah, the eternal inquiry. You see, back in the 1800s, I met a barber surgeon in Budapest. I admired his efficiency, but the bloodletting was messy. Gauche. I craved something more refined, more symmetrical. Dentistry offered precision, artistry, and..." He tapped a canine, a convenient cover story for my appearance. "So, the whole cavity protection mission is genuine." Vlad finished. "Humans feed me, in a sense. The least I can do is ensure their teeth survive longer than their smartphone contracts." Sasha laughed. "You're a philanthropic parasite. Better branding than monster." Just then, Quentin's blog post went live. Sasha's phone buzzed with alerts. New vlog. "Bite me! Inside the night shift with my vampire dentist!" She showed Vlad the thumbnail. Him mid-grin, hint of fang visible. His undead heart skipped an unbeating beat. "We're ruined," he groaned. "Or trending," Sasha countered. Comments poured in. "Is he single? Do they accept dental insurance or blood insurance? Neck inspection? Sign me up." Vlad blinked. "Humans are enthusiastic." Sasha grinned. "Leverage it. Go on the vlog. Answer questions. Do a Q&A about oral hygiene and immortal orthodontics. This could attract the Inquisitors," he warned. "Those guys haven't been active since the Renaissance, and they got indicted for racketeering." Vlad rubbed his temples. "Fine, but we need boundaries. No live feeding, no coffin tours, and definitely no glitter." Sasha's phone pinged again. "Quentin's followers are requesting an interview tomorrow night. They want to know if floss is vegan." Vlad pointed a finger skyward. "Ha! An easy one. Waxed floss isn't, but unwaxed is. See, I can be educational." He paced the lobby, newfound verve in his step. "This could expand our services. Twilight Smiles, your after-dark dental destination. We could run midnight cleanings, market to night shift workers, goth kids, insomniacs, and fellow vampires," Sasha suggested. Vlad's eyes sparkled. "Imagine a vampire HMO! Untapped market!" Sasha opened the appointment book. "Let's block off 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. slots and call the supplier for blackout curtains." They worked late, drafting social media posts, Pictures of Vlad holding a toothbrush like a cane. Tagline, stake your plaque before it stakes you. They curated playlists, no tiny bubbles, plenty of moody blues. Sasha arranged for sugar-free lollipops shaped like bats. Vlad composed a blog entry on the dangers of overbrushing, titled, "Gums Don't Grow Back, Darling." By the time they finished, the moon hung high, silvering the parking lot. Vlad locked up but lingered outside, breathing the crisp night air. He felt, for once, optimistic. Dentistry might not just be a cover, it might be a calling. A fluttering movement overhead drew his gaze. A bat looped-de-looped before settling on a street lamp. It chittered, as if laughing. I know, Vlad told the bat. Crazy times. Suddenly, footsteps approached. A teenager in a hoodie stepped from the shadows, clutching his jaw. Hey, Doc, you open? My crown popped off on a popcorn kernel. Vlad smiled, revealing just a hint of fang. As a matter of fact, Twilight Smiles now offers emergency midnight services. The teenager hesitated, then shrugged. Cool. Also, my neck's kinda stiff from gaming. Say no more, Vlad replied, unlocking the door. We'll fix you right up. Inside, the overhead lights flickered on, illuminating gleaming instruments laid out like a dinner place setting, only less ominous, more hygienic. Vlad gestured to the chair. Sit, relax, and remember, open wide. As the door clicked shut behind them, a new neon sign in the window buzzed to life. A smiling cartoon fang with the caption, "We love to sink our teeth into oral health." The night, like Vlad's grin, stretched wide and welcoming.